The first thing I want to talk about is the way that my local game store ran Free RPG Day was that if you came in and you're a community member, so like you're part of the Discord, or you've got like one of the login accounts with the Kingslayer online store or anything like that, then you were able to come in and pick up four things off of the table, right? So these are the 4 things that I grabbed off the table. Now, they also had, for community members, a series of events that were running throughout the day. So, for example, my one-shots that I was running throughout the day were one of those things. The other DM that was with me was running Fallout RPG. There was also some trivia stuff going on. It was a really cool event. And if you ran those events, like if you participated in anything, you got extra stuff, as well as some of us had like extra stuff to give away. So like I was giving away miniatures, I was giving away dice, I was giving away all kinds of goodies anytime someone participated in one of my games. So a lot of fun. Had a lot of really great people swing by, helped promote Kingslayer Chronicles, which is our D&D game that we're running out of the store, and helped get, more people interested and wrapped up into the whole D&D aspect of it. So I know at least one new player is coming to Kingslayer Chronicles from that event. So no matter what, that's a success in my book. And beyond that, a lot of really cool new RPGs and stuff got to be showcased over the weekend. So the first one that I want to go over is this one. So I picked this one up. This is Shift. Shift is, rather than a RPG game, like it's not like a Dungeons and Dragons, it's more like a new system. So this is going to be, if you've ever played like Powered by the Apocalypse, or something that's not a like D20 based system, that's what Shift is trying to be. It wants to be an entirely new system that can fit any sort of genre, any sort of game into it. And the way it works, and I'm going to go more into detail because I'm actually really interested in this. I'm going to go into more detail on another video, but the sort of quick rundown of it is the core mechanic revolves around how the traits work, and each of the traits, like everything is a trait. So if you have, if you're going into combat and you have a weapon, that weapon is treated as a trait. If you are doing something on a random planet, say you're doing like a space themed adventure and you're on a random planet and that planet has an atmosphere, that atmosphere has a trait. And whatever those traits are, as they get used, you roll a die. And the maximum possible for most traits is a D4 die. That's why you see the D4 on the front. And the way it works is that on a 1, 2, or a 3, you get a success. And depending on which die it is, beyond that is a failure, and whatever the highest number on that die is a critical failure. And whenever you hit a critical failure, you have to shift to the next die. So if you start with a D4, you roll a 1, 2, or 3, that's a success. So on a D4, that means you have a 75% chance of success. But if you roll a 4, that's a critical failure. And that means you have to shift your die to the next one over, which is a D6. Now you have a 1, 2, or 3 as your successes, but now you have 4, 5, and 6 are your failures. 4 and 5 are regular failure, and a 6 is now your critical failure. So now you only have a 50% chance to succeed, and this keeps going. So no matter what the trait is, if the more you use it, the more likely you are to have it break down or whatever it might be, to get to the point where you're failing with it more often. And so that's supposed to be representative of, if it's a weapon or a tool, its durability is running out. If it's an environmental effect, something you're on a planet and it has a strange environmental effect, that trait is going to be a key to the story moments, things like that. And the reason why I find this so interesting is that it's a very simple system mechanically, and it allows for a lot of very big narrative moments. And I'm really curious to play it. I want to see how it runs. I don't know how good it is in practice yet, but it's very, very intriguing. And the reason why I find it very, very intriguing is that something like Whispers and Warlocks, which I intend on being used on a mass scale with potentially hundreds of players at a time, needing something very simple that can be coded so that the mechanics can run smoothly under, you know, under the covers while everything else runs above, right? So while I'm doing all the narrative exposition, while I'm telling the story, while I'm narrating everything that happens based on those dice rolls, all the players have to do is click a button that says roll my dice for whatever this trait is, and then depending on what it is, the system knows, okay, you rolled a 1, 2, or 3, that's a critical success, or that's a success. Anything beyond that is a failure, and whatever the maximum number of that die is a critical failure, and that die shifts, right? That's a lot easier to program than, say, random number generators on every single thing, you know, using a VTT and doing that whole thing. So it makes it interesting. It makes an interesting concept, and I kind of want to check it out more. The next thing I ran into, I grabbed Starfinder. I had talked before about using Starfinder as the Whispers and Warlocks system, or at least the basis of the Whispers and Warlocks system. So I grabbed a Starfinder one-shot, and complete opposite of Shift, where I was saying Shift is a very easy, light mechanics system. Starfinder is a D20 system that has so many rules that it would be near impossible to program something around all of them. So I would be doing things with Starfinder exclusively in a VTT that already has it built in, right? Taking a lot of the work out of it for me because somebody else built it, but that also takes it from being an in-house project to bringing in other tools, which that's sort of the pros and cons of it. So I'm excited to check out this Starfinder one shot. It is Starfinder 2nd edition. So this doesn't exist yet. So like Starfinder second edition, this game doesn't exist yet. It is coming out next month. I think next month. And it actually even references that in the book. If you like on the last page, this whole block right here is like, if you're picking this up on Free RPG Day, then that means you're playing the game before it's come out. This game doesn't exist yet. So if you want the full rule set, like you have everything you need to play the game in this book, but if you want the full rule set, check it out next month when it comes out. And I thought that was hilarious. I also got a couple of other things. So we got Avatar Legends, the role-playing game. Got the full book, and then I also got Tales of Xadia, which I didn't know this one was made into a game. I knew Avatar was, but yeah. So that was my trip to Free RPG Day. I ran a one-shot. I called it Hell's Cauldron. It's just a very short, mini 1 hour, quick one-shot where I played as my character in the Kingslayer Chronicles Storm Bow Cleaver, and I hosted a cooking competition for my fellow Mistwatch members to see who was indeed the top chef of the Mistwatch. And hilarity and shenanigans ensued. Very quick, little 1-page, 1 hour one shot. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, of course, make sure you like and subscribe for future content. Next week next week or sometime in the near future, we're gonna talk about Shift in a deeper dive. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.